Welcome back. As Hurricane Delta is just hours away from slamming into Louisiana's coast, thousands of families there are still pulling trees out of their homes. Hurricane Laura has changed the landscape of southwest Louisiana forever. As many of you may know, that's where I'm from, and much of my family is still there. Last weekend, I traveled south to speak with my godmother about her home that was destroyed and the love shining through in the midst of a storm of uncertainty.
Oh my goodness, and this was one of my favorite pictures.
These old photo albums bring back a flood of memories and emotions for Linda Dowies. Picture after picture captures her late husband Terry building their family home more than 40 years ago.
February of 1976.
Frozen in time, these treasures are a bit more special nowadays. Mr. Terry's no longer with us, and after Hurricane Laura, neither is much of the home he built with his own hands.
This is the first bedroom. It looked like the living room. Everything was shattered. The rain came in, ruined all the antique beds.
The powerful Category 4 hurricane flattened much of southwest Louisiana. At Linda's house, towering trees came crashing down on her roof.
It took us 2 years. It was our dream house. We started it in 1976, finished it in 1978, and moved in. Never lived anywhere else. Every cabinet was full. It's just a lifetime of memories trashed.
But not all hope is lost. Before her home can be rebuilt, plenty of demolition and cleanup needed to be done. And this is the good part.
I call them God winks. God just went before me with each little thing. And this group from Christian Aid Ministries, they're from around the world. They came, cleared my yard, didn't charge me a penny.
Saving her $35,000. In 2 days, turning this into this.
It is an avenue into people's hearts and lives. And our desire is simply to be the hands and feet of Jesus in this critical time in these people's lives.
Next, Linda's house needed to be gutted. All the carpet, walls, insulation, and debris taken out. Basically, it needed to be reduced to the studs. And once again, another need is met with kindness. These men and women are volunteering with Samaritan's Purse, a Christian organization dedicated to helping humanity all over the world. Currently, they're in Oregon, helping families after the wildfires. They're in Africa and Asia, offering medical care. And they're here in Westlake, Louisiana, ripping out sheetrock and breaking down walls, both physical and emotional, in hopes of showing God's love in the wake of a powerful hurricane and in the midst of a storm of uncertainty.
Samaritan's Purse goes to these disaster areas to share the love of Jesus Christ. That's our main goal. That's why we get volunteers from North Dakota, Seattle, Pennsylvania, Florida, all coming to southwest Louisiana to help out.
With no time to waste after work here was finished, they packed up and went to the next home to help another family in need. At last check, there are still more than 1,200 work orders to get to.
So there's still a lot to be done, and we'll be here in Lake Charles until it is done.
The daunting truth is that thousands of families all over southwest Louisiana are still clearing and cleaning. Many won't be able to live in their homes for months. The road will be long and the work will be tough. But with a selfless Christian army of volunteers helping in the community, just maybe that difficult journey won't seem so impossible. When you look at all the drama, the destruction outside, the tree stumps, no grass, all over the community, but you pair that with the generosity that's been shown.
Oh, goodness.
Do they balance out? How does that help at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much hope when you see that. People came from all over the United States. You see all the rioting and the protesting, and then you see people who come to they take their vacations. They just come to give. They don't want anything in return. They just come to give and to help. And you see the hope in the world. You see the good. You see the good in people.
And then I was looking, it looks like just a bomb went off here, and then there's that flower right there in the middle.
I named her Hope.
Hope?
my Hope flower. Yep. She comes back, you know, and that's what we're expected to do, you know.
None of this matters.
Stuff.
This will all come back.
It's stuff. It's stuff. I love you, baby.
As we speak, Linda and the rest of my family are getting out of town, fleeing from the latest storm of this busy hurricane season. If I may, I ask for your thoughts and prayers for our community that have already lost so much. Next, if you'd like to volunteer with Samaritan's Purse or donate to a Christian Aid Ministries, I've attached a link to this story on our website. No one knows what kind of destruction Delta looks to bring to Louisiana's fragile coast, but what is certain is the men and women you saw in that story, the brave and long-suffering people who donated their time and even vacation in service of others, they'll be there to help if needed. For that, we're grateful.